make a motion, we come out of the executive session and reconvene our regular board meeting.
I have a recommendation to come out of executive session by Mr. Lee Sinigini, seconded by Mrs. Serafina Adson. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Nays, hearing no nays, motion carries. We're going to proceed with action item C, number 1. Do I have a motion? Can I direct,
You want me to recommend?
Yes.
Okay. And just for the record, I'm looking for that. So item C1, board members, is discussion and possible action regarding Superintendent Terry Mauer's appointment. We were in executive session for both advice from legal counsel and as a personnel matter. Dr. Mauer did not object to or entering executive session to discuss this personnel matter. The board engaged in extensive discussions regarding Dr. Mauer's employment, and based on those discussions, I would recommend that the board make a motion to direct legal counsel to prepare a statement of charges for the board to review at a future meeting.
Madam President, I'd like to enter the motion as presented by our legal counsel to draw up the charges to the superintendent, Dr. Mauer.
do I have a second to that motion?
I motion the recommendation of the legal counsel.
I'll second the motion.
There has been a motion made by Mr. Ron Begay to direct our lawyer to draft a statement of charges to be reviewed by the board at a future meeting, and that was seconded by Ms. Joanne Totichini. Is there any discussion, remarks? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any nays? Hearing none, motion carries.
Madam President, the second item we discussed in executive session, item C2, discussion and possible action regarding Superintendent Terry Mauer's request to modify the terms of his administrative reassignment. We did engage in some discussion on that item as well. It's up to you all to decide how you want to proceed with that.
Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion. To accept. And
No. Number 2.
The agenda item is requesting
To modify the terms of his reassignment.
be reassigned to
I
home.
make a motion
in page.
to request that what was discussed in executive session, that superintendent from his home here into the city school housing.
Okay, there's been a motion made by Ms. Joanne Torricini to have Mr. Mauer continue his administrative reassignment to his home and to the city. Seconded by Mr. Lee Sinigini. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Nays? Hearing none, motion carries.
On the agenda is information, discussion items, it is the reports, and we have employee recognition. Get some time to the committee for discussion, you can, share the information that was February.
Thank you. Madam President, I'd like to, make a motion, well, I guess maybe make a motion to just accept the reports as presented and move on to item number 2. For the recognition.
Okay, a motion's been made by Mr. Ron Begay and seconded by Mr. Lee Sinigini to accept the reports on building and department reports as is. Any other further comments or discussion?
Remember, item E is governing.
Wait
board.
a minute.
Oh,
Call for the order.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Hearing no nays, motion carries.
thank you. Item E is governing board meeting minutes.
Point of
No.
order. Point of order. We're just accepting item 1 and 2, we gotta go on to number 3, which is employee recognition.
Number 3. So number 3 is employee recognition nominees for the month of classified and certified staff that are nominated by their colleagues.
While he's doing that, I would like to just make a comment that it's really good to see that our high school assistant principal is getting recognized for her hard work. I hear many great things about what she's doing, and I hope she is recovering from, I guess, an illness that she has. And Clarissa, I also would like to just congratulate the both of them for this recognition. It's always good to see our staff be recognized for the work they do. Thank you.
I'd like to say something on behalf of Ms. Associate. For the high school, I've been there several times because I have grandkids over there. What I see is her, works really closely to principal and all the office staff. And when I've spoken to her on different things, she's very, very knowledgeable in a lot of areas, and she knows what to do and how to do it. So, she leaves us, and that's what she's doing, right? No, she's not. And she decides not to come back. It's going to be a long to registry.
Thank you for recognizing. Yeah, Clarissa Nakeden and Laura also say for our February employees of the month.
Thank you.
B, governing board. The possible action to accept and approve regular governing board meeting minutes from Wednesday, February 9th, 2022, action to accept and approve governing board work study session minutes from Thursday, February 24th, 2022. Discussion and possible action to accept and approve regular governing board meeting minutes from Monday, February 28th, 2022. Discussion and possible action to accept and approve special board meeting minutes from Wednesday, March 2nd, 2022.
Motion to accept items E1, 2, 3, and 4 as presented.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion by Ms. Serafina Adson and seconded by Mr. Rondi Begay to approve the items E1, 2, 3, and 4 as presented. Any discussion? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any nays? Motion carries.
F, action items, consent agenda. Number 1 is auxiliary operations student activity and that's information only. Number 2 is request that the governing board ratify expense voucher number 1037 to 1040 and $75,247.66 for SY 21-22. Number 3 is request that the governing board ratify payroll voucher number 19 to number 20 for the FY 21-22 and the amount of $1,225,022.96.
Madam President, I'd like to make a motion to accept the items. I'll start those, sorry. I was thinking ahead.
F.
Yeah, to accept item F1 as information only and accept items F2 and F3.
Do we have a second to that motion? There's been a motion made by Mr. Ronald Begay to accept for information only under consent agenda F1, F2, 3, and 3. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Any nays? Motion carries.
B, action items, general administration. Number 1, to accept, approve, and adopt the second reading of policy IKF, graduation requirements. Number 2, to accept and approve participants in learning meeting at County University and Tennessee Unified School District. Number 3, discussion and possible action to accept and approve memorandum of understanding between Tuba City Unified School District and the NAPCO Head Start. Proposed memorandum of understanding with Navajo Nation Head Start beginning the school year of 2021 and continuing to June 30th, 2025.
This has been through our lawyers, right?
Yes.
Okay, one time we had an issue with this is that the tribe lawyers wanted final say-so on any and everything. And since we're all of our funding comes with states, the lawyer says that over to them. So I don't, so at that time, the agreement fell through. And I think it was, wouldn't sign that, we had the final say on our facilities. But I don't know if, how the tribe stands on that now. Good idea to have, to serve them, to start on all of them.
So right now, from my understanding, there has been, the MOU has gone between the school district, attorney and the Navajo Nation attorney? Or is it just the Navajo Nation Head Start? Nathan,
So it's actually not a rental agreement, it's not memorandum of understanding
services
for
for
rental. It's for ESS. So
Yeah,
Standard
yeah,
California
yeah.
Information.
Special education preschool to provide services which is required for us to do, we get the Navajo preschool grant and other grants, and it's a requirement by the state to work with, Navajo. Provide training to the Head Start on disabilities. We also do child fund, and we serve students that are in the Navajo Head Start program.
Will we be housing them?
We have our staff go to the Head Starts as well as our, yeah, they go up to like services plus do child fund. If we have any students that qualify that need more intensive services, then they come to the special ed preschool here on campus. So it's a good, we've been doing this for years. And it's just, we need to get it updated to be current, and it's usually for the term that it shows here. Okay? So, I hope that explains, you have any other questions?
thank you, Sandy.
I just have one question on the graduation requirements. Are we, it's presented before us to adopt the second reading. Is there anything out there that's, could be a surprise, not a surprise? Is there any difference?
I just think that we're trying to do what is required by the state of Arizona at our high school. So that's the goal of changing the number of credit hours required to graduate from Kingston High School.
It's down to 23, wasn't it? Or I read there either 23 or 28.
Right now, it is 20.
I think it's 28, it's, I think the new.
How's that gonna help a great deal?
So what we're doing is we're looking at going from 4 periods to 6 period, a 6-period day. Started meeting to see what we can start planning towards that.
All right. Madam President, I'd like to make a motion to accept items G1, 2, and 3 as presented.
By Mr. Ron Gay and seconded by Ms. Serafina Outson to items G1, 2, and 3. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Hearing none. Motion passes.
Thank you. Item H, action item travel, discussion and possible action to accept and approve state travel for Mrs. Joanne Torricini. Mrs. Torricini will be attending SBA 2022 annual conference in San Diego, California from Friday, April.
To accept item H1.
I have a motion by Mr. Ramdi Gay to accept item H1, travel, seconded by Ms. Serafina Outson. Any questions or discussion? Then call for the vote. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any nays? Abstentions? Hearing none, motion passes.
Item I, action items, finance. Item 1, February 2022 financial report, information only, reports on financials, February 2. Number 2, discussion and possible action to accept the audit issued January 28, 2022 for fiscal year
Coverage,
Doveridge, yes.
that was the ones we did.
And twice a year, yes.
Yeah. We have the reports.
They are attached, and I didn't get to print them because our internet and phone. But what I do have is my notes, well, not really notes, but a handout they did. Mainly, what I look at when it comes to the audit findings, what you'll see, I think it's on the last 2 pages. And, what Doveridge will do is send us a book, I guess, original book that they will put together and send to us, which I haven't gotten yet, and probably in a few more months I'll get. But that's just, a small portion of it. We have 11 audits this year. So we're coming down, which is good. You'll see one in 6 in attendance and then 4 with IT. So I'll get with these individuals and try and address them and hopefully work on clearing them up for next year. I don't have the original. They'll send it to us like in 3 booklets, yeah, and I know some of you have gotten them in the past, so you know what I'm talking about. The reason why we have to have the board accept the audit is because now we have to send our audits to grants management down at ADE, and won't accept it until the board accepts it, so I have to send the agenda item with it.
Artists, they're looking.
And they know what to look for. These are kind of repetitive.
Same thing,
Yeah.
so.
And there's been some new additions to it, which is, well, this is one of them, having our audit approved by the board. So this is one of the new requirements this year.
Good.
I'll be told this.
Glad to hear that you'll be working,
We'll take care of it.
yeah, to get, to improve that situation. Do I, have a motion? Do I have a second?
For 1 and 2, except 1 and 2.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Okay. A motion's been made by Ms. Joanne Todichitni to accept items I under finance, 1 and 2. Seconded by Mr. Ronald Begay. All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Any nays? Abstentions? Motion carries.
Item J, personnel. D, retirement for classified certified staff for school year 21-22. Number 2, discussion and possible action to approve and accept TCUSD action to approve classified employment recommendations for SY 21-22. Discussion and possible action to approve and accept stipends for TCUSD bus drivers working from November 1st, 2021 to February 16th, 2022. Number 5, discussion and possible action to to approve and accept Teba City High School addendums for school year 2021-2022. Number 6, discussion and possible action to approve and accept payment of daily rate for TCUSD substitutes who completed master teacher training modules.
And to approve all the items that are, action items under personnel. And I knew I did. My motion is to approve all the items under personnel.
Motion's been made by Mr. Lee Senegini and seconded by Ms. Joanne Totticini to accept items J under personnel, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. Call for the vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any nays? Hearing none, motion passes. I'd like to take a moment to also recognize the retirees. Yes, Delight and Avis and Arleta have been here a long time, especially Avis. I don't know what Tuba City Unified School District is gonna do without that young lady. Sure and convey our thanks to these individuals.
No recruitment.
Okay, thank you.
Items for future board agenda.
I'd like to say something on K.
Okay.
I felt that, Ms. Glasgow done a wonderful job in the presentation on our grants and budget was our money and hopefully we will find it out on this next year, because it is a lot of money, and there was there's some of it, and your report out today, I think it was very good.
I think also Ms. Totticini brought up that we had requested, or there were members of the board that had requested that travel authorization. Reports in the future.
Travel authorizations be listed on the board reports. So the school reports and the department reports, the travel.
No,
No,
just the travel.
just the
So,
travel.
Basically, I don't know who gets travel. I guess what they're asking for is any travel that go out, the board would like to be informed, just kind of on a list for the month of so-and-so's going to, I don't know, to AE for conference and workshop. I don't know if one person gets the documents or if it,
The but that's the information on the TA is what you want in the board packet.
You know, in the past. And that was given to us.
So for example, our department, we have ASBO coming up, spring ASBO in April. Want that to be on the board packet?
yeah, so basically,
Cause sometimes, some departments are abused, they send, they got a department of 5, they wanna send all 5 instead of one go and, they can bring the information back.
In the superintendent report?
No,
This information
on that, in this board agenda,
Yeah,
under travel.
oh, like the way Ms. Totticini's,
Yes.
Okay, and then,
Yeah, but,
okay. There's an
so we can
opportunity to
deny it
vote
if we
on
want.
Okay, got it.
So we can say no.
Yeah.
Ms. Glasgow?
We have, like today, Clarissa had to travel to Window Rock because JOM, we have to hand deliver everything that they request from because if you don't go in and deliver it, it gets lost. So, sometimes it's once a month that she has to make a trip to Window Rock to deliver documents to them like she did today. I always put that in my, but you want me to give it to.
Is there one central area where all the TAs come to? I know it used to be that this, a long time ago when Yvonne was here, she used to get all the spreadsheet. Just attach that to the travel part.
Anybody going anywhere?
Does that include sports trip? Even if you guys approve the sports calendar.
So do you want it for information only? Or are you requesting that the board approve the
I think
trips?
we can go for approval. The other thing too is,
But in our policy, it just has out-of-state travel is approved by the board. That's in our
I think it's
policy.
just
information on that.
information only, but
Okay.
under the consent agenda item. Where people have gone.
Okay.
The other thing too is, we have school vehicles we pay a lot of money for. Even our own vehicle, we pay mileage and everything else for that, not for their own vehicle. Time, we didn't, it's travel, and there's no school vehicle. Private vehicle.
I don't know, that's a little too far reaching for me, because, first of all, I think the condition of our school vehicles isn't the best in a lot of cases, and, we have saying, I mean, to me, it's just far reaching. If it takes,
We can get the travel information together.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think it's far reaching, I think, unless we, I worked here a long time, there wasn't a school, vehicle, if it was not available.
Okay, can we move to Al?
Madam President, I'd just like to, under item K, just for governing board info reports, I'll be traveling to Washington DC for the National Impact Day Conference, and I was furnished a packet by the superintendent, and I'm gonna do everything I can to lobby for Impact Day monies on the day that we go to the Capitol to visit. So looking forward to that, and looking forward to the conference itself, so
Gonna run for Congress?
I might see.
Give us a chance.
Okay, you
I
ju-
would, number one is your agenda.
okay, have a regular board meeting.
Okay.
Oh, we did K.
Okay, Al?
Are we done with
Are you gonna,
item K?
yeah.
Yeah,
Are you done with item? You do.
Yeah, I don't have any future board agenda items to add at this time for myself, so I'm okay.
That we just give to you. Offset.
I have not seen draft yet. May I have one sent to me so that I can review my input? For work session agenda? Guys gotten one?
I don't
No,
think
No.
it's,
not seeing an agenda to look at. That's,
The board retreat,
you want the individual, board members.
Well,
Put something together.
yeah, we want to, ask
David
if you could
Rufio.
poll the board, and whoever else is involved to determine if, we ought to move this gathering to later next month?
So right now, based on our conversation, I contacted ASB. Session with them for Saturday morning from 10 to 12. I've also reached out to Mr. Sophie with Native. I just need to give him a time frame in which he can do that. Other things, that were requested by the board, like the organizational chart, the, budget, the transportation update. We kind of need to put it in a way. I've already contacted Twin Arrow Casino and they've already booked the room.
Decided on the
So I'm
26th.
like,
I think we pretty much decided it was gonna be that weekend, the 26th, my understanding.
yeah,
This month?
Yes. Can everybody make the 26th?
Yeah.
Yes,
It says 26.
2 days,
so
Saturday and
I'm
Sunday.
getting the
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Yeah,
also,
since you don't have forward, get back out.
Shar, on the next agenda, can we make sure we have our contract renewal listing on there? Our personnel items?
Yes.
We have a special meeting.
Coming up,
March 21st.
21st,
Yes.
Monday?
We're asking for a special meeting on March 21st.
It's Monday.
and we'll be switching over to daylight savings time.
Oh, yeah.
Special meeting on March 21st at 6 p.m.
Daylight time.
Daylight.
Just that.
Is it daylight?
Yeah.
It's coming Saturday, Sunday. I'll come back and everybody be an hour ahead.
So
Okay.
that's 5 o'clock anytime there?
Yep.
That's fine.
Any other comments under future board meeting? Hearing none,
Motion to adjourn?
yes. Motion to adjourn by Sarah Adson, seconded by Mr. Lee Sinigini. Call for the vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Hearing none, motion passes.